Sorry, my hair's a mess, whatever. Going to work now. I have to go to work. What is up here today, YouTube? Jigsaw0097. And, you know, I'm not even mad, okay? Because I kind of expected this, if I'm being 100% honest. The Eagles are the football equivalent of Murphy's Law, guys. What can happen, and will most likely happen. And that is Fitzmagic having a career day against the Philadelphia Eagles. We lost to him last year in Tampa, so I've always kind of felt like he had our number. And, you know, I made my preview video 2 days ago, and it kind of wasn't really a preview video. Because, you know, I just didn't have a good feeling about this game, guys. The whole time I didn't. I put on a good show all week, but I don't have a good feeling about this Eagles team at all. That's why I didn't talk crap when the Cowboys lost to the Bills. That's why I waited so long to make the preview video for the Dolphins game, because this team is a train wreck through and through. The defense once again fooled me, guys. For 3 weeks, they had me going. They had me going, guys. They made me think that they were a good defense again when they're healthy. But guess what? In typical Jalen Mills fashion, the Nelson Aguilar of defense is what I'm going to start calling him. The dude got fried by number 11, I think is Adams. I want to say Devontae Adams. I don't know if that's right. There was that guy, then there was number 17, which I don't know his name either, but basically once Fitzpatrick learned that they can't run the ball, he just started winging the ball, and it was like literally chunk play after chunk play. 12 yards here, 30 yards here, touchdown, 4 plays. And then what do the Eagles do? They come out and they go flat. Typical Carson Wentz BS, throwing over guys' heads. You know, they go up. They get a couple lucky breaks in the beginning of the game where Ronald Darby gets an interception. They get some points off of that. Then they get a field goal, you know. Then they get a touchdown. Things are right before the half. Things are looking good, guys. Things are looking good. And then it just fell flat after that. Jake Elliott misses a field goal. Then Zach Ertz, before that, Zach Ertz drops a key pass. You know, Zach Ertz really is just starting to piss me off as well, because the dude, it's like, this is what it's so weird about it, guys. It feels like the Super Bowl was literally just a mirage now, because I feel like, you know, we're back to the typical Eagles. We're back to the Chip Kelly days, you know. I'm starting to think maybe Chip Kelly wasn't the biggest problem in Philadelphia. I'm starting to think that this team just sucks, and I don't really know what happened during that Super Bowl year that caused them to go. But what I do know is Nick Foles has been one of the only good things on this team in the last, I don't know, ever since like Brian Dawkins, guys. Like, really. You guys got to remember how Nick Foles even came to this team. Andy Reid drafted him to be a replacement to McNabb, okay? You know, this was after the whole Kevin Kolb failed experiment. You know, Michael Vick was in town. Nick Foles was going to be the next guy. You can even think of him like Patrick Mahomes. That's what he was supposed to be. And then, of course, the Eagles fired Andy McReed, you know, rightfully so. I'm not defending that. But the point I'm making here is that Carson Wentz was kind of the guy before we knew we had the guy back. You know, Nick Foles has always been the guy in Philly ever since McNabb. I mean, Michael Vick had some good times, but, you know, I made a case earlier. Carson Wentz has had 4 seasons in this league now. 4, guys. And he's only had 1 almost MVP season, as people like to call it. But almost MVP doesn't do it for me, guys. It doesn't do it for me, because he didn't win the Super Bowl, and we will never know if he does, if he would have won the Super Bowl. But week in and week out, he's making the case to me that he doesn't throw accurate balls. Excuse me, sorry, I'm still a little sick. He doesn't throw accurate balls. He really throws over guys all the time. Like, I can see why Alshon Jeffrey's frustrated with him, because Jeffrey had a couple good passes this game, but there was at least 3 passes I counted where that's a first down, maybe a touchdown. Carson Wentz just botched it. Nelson Aguilar had a pretty good game this game as well, but There was passes where he just overthrew him wide open. There was one wide open. It was very reminiscent of that Miles Sanders miss against the Seahawks. Just right over Nelson Aguilar. You could see the frustration in his face. And then you go and you watch Fitzpatrick, who he kind of is like a Nick Foles, you know. He's just like a streaky dude, but the dude was dropping dimes. Like, he was more clutch than Carson Wentz, guys. Let that sink in. Ryan Fitzpatrick is more clutch than Carson Wentz on a 2-9 team. 2-9, okay? The Cowboys blew out the Dolphins. You know, that's kind of what's weird about this season, why I'm not getting up on the Cowboys' face about their losses, because it's like, we win the Bills, they lose the Bills, they beat the Dolphins, we lose the Dolphins. Like we trade, you know, we beat the Jets, they lose to the Jets. You know, we lose to the Falcons. Who did they lose? Yeah, they lost to the Jets. That was their real embarrassing loss. You know, they lost to the Packers. We beat the Packers. It's just it's a crap year in the NFC East, really. And the Eagles are just, they're really nothing to talk about, guys. That's the bottom line. They are nothing to talk about. This game did not surprise me in the least. I was really not even getting that mad. Like, I sound like I'm really mad right now, but I'm really not. I'm just kind of venting. It's what I do in these videos now. But, you know, I had the feeling. I was like, you know, they're going to go in, they're going to lose this game. And they did a lot of Eagles things. They went up really, they looked really good for like half the game. And then they just fell flat. That's the definition of not clutch. You know, and Carson Wentz really is not doing that at all. Like, he's just not clutch, guys. He only is a good quarterback when everything is going correctly for him. He's not a guy that can rally a team and win a game, because he goes into try-hard mode. Every single time he goes into try-hard mode, he goes on tilt, you know? And he just forces passes, does stupid things like hold on to the ball too long. You know, he just, it's like very Chip Kelly-ish, like the way they go 3 and out sometimes. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Like 12 seconds are off the clock. The defense is right back out there again, you know? So the offense, they put up 28 points. So really, as much as I've criticized them, they should have got the job done today. But, you know, the defense disrespected the Dolphins, and Ryan Fitzpatrick made them pay. He made Jalen Mills look like a freaking Nelson Aguilar lookalike out there. I don't know what to say. Jalen Mills, again, you know, back down to earth. Things don't change, guys. The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that is what the Eagles have been doing for the past 2 seasons. They think that because they won the Super Bowl that they're going to just be able to do what they do and have it win. But it hasn't been working, so it's time to change. Winning the Super Bowl changes everything. They know what you did now. You know, I've argued in many ways the Patriots... when we played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, even though they lost, Tom Brady had over 500 yards. He exposed our defense, and it really hasn't been the same since that game. You know, had Nick Foles not been so freaking clutch in that game, we don't win, guys. We don't win. Let that sink in. That's another thing to think about. If Carson Wentz was in that Super Bowl, do you think he would have pulled off the win? Because the Eagles were down 32-33 at one point in that game where Foles had to get clutch. And he did, dropping dimes all over the field. That's why he won MVP. So I'm really starting to seriously doubt Carson Wentz's ability to lead this team. And I just, you can't beat the Dolphins. Like, what more do we see? It's like, we can defend the Seahawks and the Patriots loss. How do we defend this, guys? Tell me, how do we defend this? We don't. It's over. A 5-7 team, the most we can be now is 9-7. That means the Cowboys pretty much have to go 8-8, otherwise we don't get in. And I know the Cowboys are going through the same kind of crap we are, but I don't see them going 8-8. You know, who do they have? The Bears, beatable. The Rams, beatable. They can get these wins. And then we got to play them. And who's to say they won't just blow us out again? It's really like, it wouldn't surprise me. There is nothing that can surprise me at this point with this Eagles team. And I don't know. That's kind of the bottom line here. Defense got completely exposed today, guys. They really are the ones to blame the most, but I'm still blaming the offense because this game was still winnable, and there was too many offensive drives that just fell flat, that just completely were wasted You know, another thing that drives me crazy about this defense all year is they just don't generate turnovers like they should. They're always in the area to get a turnover, but they don't get them. That's one of the things I miss about having Jordan Hicks on this team. That dude would always get the interception. Always! You know, Nigel Bradham doesn't get it. Malcolm Jenkins doesn't get it. Ronald Darby doesn't get it. He gets it in the beginning of the game, but it's like when it matters, they don't get it. This game was worse than the Panthers game. You know, it just feels worse. This game feels worse than the Titans game, but at the same time, this was expected. You know, I'm in an abusive relationship with the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been smacked in the face for 2 years straight now, guys. It's nothing new to me at this point. So, anyway, that's really all I've got to say. I think they play the Giants next on Monday Night Football. You know, I again, wouldn't surprise me if they lose that one, because right now it seems that these teams that have low records, they have more to play for than the Philadelphia Eagles, which sounds very odd, but that's the feeling I get, you know. The Dolphins wanted to make the upset today, and they did. And the Giants, you know, they might be wanting to do the same, and they absolutely will be able to, because we're not facing Eli Manning anymore, guys. Remember that. That was the guy we always used to beat. Now we got Daniel Jones there. We haven't even played him yet. So, you know, they got Golden Tate, who hates us because we let him walk. Looking like a big mistake now as well, by the way, letting Golden Tate go. And yeah, this is I don't know what else to say. And the thing that kills me the worst is that there's going to be no personnel changes this week. You're not going to see Mike Groh fired. You're not going to see Carson Walsh fired. They're just going to stick with this garbage all season long. They're probably going to wait till the very last day of the season to start doing anything. And then, if we have another couple wins under our belt and miss the playoffs, that's just going to further ruin our draft pick for this year. You know, we're just basically losing draft value the more games we win without getting to the playoffs. So, you know, I said that if they lost this game, they're done. And I kind of feel like they're done that way right now, but this division is so terrible that anything is possible. But that's really all I've got to say, guys. I've ranted on here for 13 minutes. I got to get to work. But let me know what you guys think about this game. Just damn frustrating, guys. Just damn frustrating. Comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, to all my returning viewers, thank you so much for watching, and just make sure you are subscribed as well yourself, and hit that notification bell for further videos. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later.